Welcome to Adrian's Corner and another episode of Gaming News. On today's show, we'll be talking about the current updates on Diablo 4. From the delay of the game to what is now looking like 2023 or later, to the recent announcement by Blizzard revolving around Diablo 4's endgame content, where they intimated that they are taking their time with the endgame system to ensure that it offers more depth and replayability as compared to the Diablo 3 Paragon system. And so, from Adrian's Corner, I'm Adrian, and our episode starts now. So, in recent news, Blizzard announced in their end-of-the-year update that they are investing significant time into their endgame content, itemization changes, skill-driven deaths, and more. Now, with the endgame in particular, Blizzard's focus was to add more depth and replayability, which was one of the major complaints that players of Diablo 3 had to its Paragon system. And so, in their year-end update, Blizzard previewed how this would look like in the new game. While some complained in the Diablo 4 subreddit that the Paragon system is returning at all, it becomes quite apparent that this latest iteration of the Paragon system is nothing like its predecessor. For example, once players hit level 50, the Paragon board becomes available. This board uses digital tiles to enable very specific power boosts and character customizations. The process starts at the center of the board, radiating outward to connecting tiles where you can access normal, magic, rare, and legendary tiles. Each tile earned gives your hero a boost of some kind, from very basic stat upgrades to some pretty potent character buffs. And some tiles even have sockets for glyphs, which can be found throughout your journey in the game that can be inserted into these tiles for additional benefits. Interestingly, the glyphs can also be leveled up, making them even more powerful. Now, once you've unlocked enough tiles to reach the edge of the board, you can gain access to a special tile called a gate tile that unlocks and connects to other Paragon boards, each with a unique layout with more new magical, rare, and legendary titles. As Blizzard put it in their announcement, once your hero reaches a gate tile, you'll choose which new Paragon board you would like to attach to at that location. The desired outcome is a personalized set of bonuses that will empower your hero and honor your dedication to their progression. That will remain fun to tweak and adjust over many playthroughs. To compare all of this, all we have to do is look at the old Diablo 3 Paragon system. And as you can see, the differences here are immense. In Diablo 3, only 16 Paragon point slots are available, with most offering negligible boosts in overall stats. Diablo 4, however, as we just saw, appears to have something much more impressive in the works. Now, aside from this, Blizzard's update focused on changes to legendary items, which have also been overhauled to enable legendary powers to appear on multiple item types rather than just one. The Barbarian's martial arts ability, for instance, which enhances the Barbarian's kick ability, can be found on rings, chest plates, or helmets with no need to hunt for a specific item type any longer. The change revolves around the idea that players shouldn't be forced to equip an unwanted item type, possibly at the expense of valuable gear they've already got equipped, just to gain a desired new power. As Blizzard said here, what happens when you find a power on an axe when you really wanted it on a ring? Or you found a great legendary amulet but you can't use the power? Well, that is when we get to introduce our new friend, the Occultist. The Occultist NPC can extract a legendary power from a legendary item, crystallizing it into essence while destroying the item in the process. That essence can then be implemented into another legendary item, overriding the power that was present in the item at that time. Essence material can also be stored and used at a later time. Now, this is a smart move, and nice to see that the devs are focusing on ways to improve the gamer's experience. Now, aside from this, the year-end update discussed a range of other topics which included itemization changes, and here worth noting is the plus skill rank affixes. As players invest points in skills, they grow in potency, and finding items with plus skill rank can speed that along. As a bonus, when the player equips an item with a plus skill rank for a skill they haven't learned yet, they will have access to that new ability. Blizzard sees this as a great way for players to be able to try out new skills before they invest in them. Aside from this, they also go on to discuss visual effects and skill-driven deaths, which is a returning feature from Diablo 3, which allows you to decapitate, bisect, freeze, shatter, eviscerate, and burn your enemies, to give a few examples. Now this update is cheery enough, but with the Diablo 4 game already having been delayed to what appears to be at least 2023, the question of quality remains high, especially with changes in leadership, which as it happens is something we discussed in a previous episode on this channel. Take a look. The fact remains, though, that with a change in leadership, so too does the shift in vision for each and every one of Activision Blizzard's IP. In any case, bringing it back to Diablo 4 and all other games in development over at Blizzard. Because of all the negative focus on the company and subsequent loss of leadership within, fear of public backlash, and new leadership within each game IP has a very high chance of producing underwhelming releases in the future. Now in the meantime, while we wait to find out what happens next in the Diablo 4 saga, you can still get your fix with Diablo 2 Resurrected, the recently released remaster of the second game in the series, and of course there was always the Diablo 3 throwback for those desperate enough for a fix to their Sanctuary addiction. And that, my friends, brings our episode to a close once more. As always, thank you so much for being with me here today. From Adrian's Corner, I'm Adrian, and I'll see you all next time.